stories and everything else prepared. So,
all right, we're live, folks. Welcome to the LinkedIn Lovefest. A half an hour late because this guy over here had ADHD brain today and decided to think, you know what? I got it. It's clearly at noon. It's been promoted at noon. We had this thing at noon. And because I'm working with my dear co-host here, Rachel Mondrick, who's out in Chicago in Central Time, my mind immediately goes to, noon Central. That obviously means 1 Eastern, but it doesn't. It never did. At any point, it never meant 1 Eastern. It always meant 12 Eastern. So I've got my inbox blowing up. Where the hell are you? And Rachel has it too. And we're in this awesome, me are in this awesome mea culpa space. Rachel's done everything right. Take it away, my friend.
Oh, we forgive you because we love you. You're very sweet. In the spirit of kindness, there's no shame, right?
It's the lowest frequency on the scale, right? So I got to get out of that if we're going to be in a love vibe today.
100% self-forgiveness. Just give yourself a hug.
Thank you. And all of you out there, if anybody is still showing up, I appreciate you. And I dearly love you. And I thank you for your patience.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here for it. Let's have fun today.
So figure we're going to kick this off. Anybody who is watching, who wants to join the LinkedIn Lovefest, here's basically how you do it. So we're going to be on here for the next however long, hanging out, spreading love. We're going to make this as interactive as possible. So the way that you can contribute and be a part of this is to simply spread some love to somebody else on LinkedIn while we're live. And this can be going to their profile and leaving a little bit of juju for their experience, even one of these recommendations that everybody knows is bullshit, but that's fine. And it could be one of these things where you just show up on their feed and you see something interesting and you repost it or you amplify it, you drop some love onto it. Amplify the love quotient on LinkedIn today. That's why we're here. Rachel, what do you got?
Yeah, I also wanted to encourage folks to extend an act of kindness to themselves. So if there's anything that you need to do regarding your own self-care today, please go forth and do that. We are not encouraged enough in our society to prioritize ourselves. We consider that to be selfish. That is not my friend. So if there's something you need to do for you, go do it. And yeah, if there's anyone that we need to be celebrating today, we want to know, we want to hear about them, so we can do that here. So yeah.
So let's talk self-love, shall we?
Sure. Yes.
So I'm going to put out a purely hypothetical situation. What would you recommend for somebody who maybe they're having one of those days where, they promoted an event for a week and the start time was ready to roll and they were super excited about it. And then they showed up a half an hour late to their own event because they forgot the time. What kind of self-love would you say that person should extend to themselves in that moment?
Oh, that's going to be highly dysregulating to the nervous system because I know that these kinds of people work very hard and care very much. And so that's going to feel like, oh no, and what are people going to think? And how could I have done this? So, we're talking self-forgiveness. We're talking the brainstorm happening of criticism and how could you? And oh my gosh, right? The shame of it. So really, I would say do the best you can to be with what's coming up in your body. I know that's incredibly uncomfortable, but that's going to be the ticket here to the initial run through of more self-compassion. So if you can, breathe through it, shake it out if you need to. Absolutely.
I got something to shake. Sorry, There's a lot that needs to be shaken out here. There's I tell you what's coming up right now. Let's talk through it. So, because I know there's folks watching, and maybe you're feeling shame about something right now, and let's find a way to bring some love to whatever shame you're feeling. I'll tell you what's coming up in my body right now. It is the sourdough bread that I consumed over the past half an hour while I was supposed to be on this live. It's creating a little bit of agita. It is slowly rising. It is constricting itself right here in my esophagus. It is not allowing for the proper digestion that would happen in a rest and digest state, in a parasympathetic nervous system state, because I'm not in that state right now. I am in a sympathetic oh shit state. So
It's like I would like stretch that out too. That's got to be like,
We gotta, we gotta,
yeah,
we gotta do that thing. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's appreciated that at least you were communicative with our lovely friends and our lovely fans. We have our first comment here from my co-host Rachel.
Yes, here we go. I'm so sorry. Leading with
We're cooking right
apologies.
now. It's good for the algo. It is. The algorithm loves comments. All right, we're gonna add another comment over here just to keep the algo rolling. It's no, that's really not. No, that's why. No, that we got a troll on YouTube here, and the YouTube trolls are just utterly insufferable, folks. They're the worst, and you block them out.
Yep, can't be taken seriously. Oh my gosh, not reliable.
Not reliable. So I have a fun way we're gonna kick this off. What do you think? I think we start out with a little tarot reading to see where the LinkedIn Love Fest is gonna go today. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of shuffling. We're gonna hide this because we're not gonna sit in shame anymore. We're gonna transmute that. Okay. And what I want you to do is just say stop when the moment hits you, and the card shall appear.
Stop.
Okay. All right. So the first card, how perfect is that? The card we have, the LinkedIn Maniac, everybody. There it is. The LinkedIn Maniac card is drawn. And how absolutely perfect is that for the LinkedIn Love Fest? Now, so good.
I want to learn more about this card.
Okay, so the LinkedIn Maniac card is about how you are received on social media, how you are received by others, how your presence is just generally received. And the LinkedIn Maniac is somebody who will continually bombard you, whether you want it or not, about jump on a 15-minute call, buy my product, show up to my private island. They have a lot of different things that they're pitching to you, and usually it's not well received. So the LinkedIn Maniac card is an invitation to take a look within and ask yourself, what am I doing right now, and how is it being received? And I'm in a place of shame right now, and I know how that's being received. You're in a place of joy, and I know how that's being received. So how do we both get to this place of joy right now? Thank you, LinkedIn Maniac. Very nice card. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next card, whenever you're ready, my friend.
Okay.
See where this Love Fest is going to go, where it's going to take us, where this platform is going to jump into.
Okay. Say stop.
Okay. The next card is carrying all the grocery bags in the house in one shot. This is the superhero card about leaning into your superpowers, which I think is perfect because we're leaning into your superpower right now, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. And yours too with setting this up because I otherwise would have no idea how to do a StreamYard. So thank you.
Now, for those of you who don't know Rachel, this is somebody, first of all, you need to know. I don't say that very often. You need to know Rachel. Because if you want an understanding of Rachel's superpower, and it's probably more than just carrying all the grocery bags, although if I were to guess, you probably do that.
I definitely do that.
Yeah. I knew it was a fair guess. You know what happens when you assume, but I felt really good about that one. I felt like 2-to-1 odds in the casino on that one. I felt really good about that one.
Hilarious.
So Rachel has this power of helping you transmute whatever energies are weighing you down, whether they're fear, shame, or shame. It can help you work through that to get into a better place by Rachel's mere presence alone. There's a superpower there. I am already feeling lighter. I'm already feeling better.
Good.
And you're seeing a demonstration of it in real time, my friends.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chef. That means the world. Yeah, truly. It's just, you're human. We're human beings. We're human beings. Nothing is perfect, right? And we just flow with what is. And we're always in this state of kind of checking ourselves in terms of our beliefs and expectations, right? And We hold ourselves to very high standards. We want to show up. We want to do what we committed to do. And then shit happens. And, so we're constantly given opportunity to meet ourselves with more compassion, deeper levels of patience and care and gentleness, and just finding humor in it. Because really, what does it matter? It doesn't really ultimately mean anything. It's not personal. So, yeah.
It's all a dream. It's all a game anyway.
All a dream. A dream.
It's all just a dream. It's all just consciousness being like, oh, I'm going to pretend to be that for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Katie Martell. Welcome, Katie. Good to have you with us.
Oh, Katie, one of my dear colleagues. Fantastic.
Let's show Katie some love on the LinkedIn Love Fest over here. So, Rachel, what kind of love do you want to extend to Katie right now?
Oh, my goodness. What don't I want to do for Katie right now? Let me think. I think we should we post one of her posts, reposting it?
Let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pop on to LinkedIn and I'm going to pull up Katie's profile.
Katie has been killing it with working with LinkedIn, Adobe, posting. She is a rabble rouser. She speaks to all the issues within marketing that need a resolution. So let me pull up. What did she
Magnificent. I'm going to do a little screen share here.
Ooh, yes, please.
Yep. All right. Awesome. So let's see what we got. All right. We're going to pull up a very recent post here from yesterday. And, okay, let's see. All right. Okay. You know what? We'll do one better. We're going to go right to Katie's website. And we're going to do a screen share that we're going to introduce everybody here who's watching, team live, team replay, to the great Katie Martell's website. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Sharon. Folks, Rabble Rouser Productions, don't miss an update. I'm not going to miss an update now. So tell us about your friend, Katie.
Oh, what to tell you? Oh my gosh, I've known Katie almost a decade now. We met playing softball in our early 20s or mid 20s. Katie's a go-getter. Katie's nonstop. Katie is just a spitfire in terms of her wit, her perspective. She's clearly a thought leader in the marketing world. I can't say enough good things about Katie. Yeah, I'm like sort of at a loss. I love you, my friend.
That's magnificent. And so anybody out there who's watching, check out Katie, because Rachel does not give that kind of praise. She gives praise, but like high praise, it is earned.
Praise. She speaks to how she created a concept called pandering years ago before the pandemic, and speaking to how marketing companies kind of jump on the bandwagon related to all things pride. But then when pride is not popular, we're going to take our presence away or our visibility away, DEI, all that stuff. And so she calls that out and really highlights how a lot of these companies are funding and giving money to campaigns of politicians who are actively trying to dismantle the rights of LGBTQ folks and just all of that mayhem. So she's speaking publicly constantly, putting her thoughts and her words and her values out there to help kind of shift people's perspective on that. And yeah, exactly. Yep. Formative allyship. Absolutely. Yep. That's exactly what she speaks to. So yeah.
But at least it's for the win.
Yep. For the hilarious. You would love her. You two would hit it off.
Well, we're gonna have to do a little connection here after it's all said and done. And I think in the meantime, we should draw another card. How you feeling?
I love that idea. Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. So, whenever you're ready.
Stop.
Gotta say no whammies first. Okay, so
no whammies. That's true.
See what we got. Perfect. We have the boomer who can't turn So this is the card of rolling into the future. This is the card of embracing change. This is the card of maintaining relevance. This is the card of not allowing yourself to fall into obsolescence.
Oof.
So how do you think that relates to the LinkedIn Love Fest?
Oof. Yeah. Not wanting to fall into obsolescence. Oh gosh. Not wanting to discredit how important kindness is. I think we see it as a small, simple thing, and we doesn't matter, doesn't mean that much. What is me holding the door open for a stranger really going to do to change their life? So we don't understand the significance of that. So I think that has some relevance there. Here's Lynn. Yes.
What's up, Lynn? You're not late.
You are not too late.
The co-host is late. You are not late, my friend. You are always on time and in full. Let's give Lynn some love. What do you say?
Absolutely.
All right, let's pull up Lynn's profile here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a super fun profile. I'm gonna give a little screen share here.
Perfect.
See it? All right.
I really love Lynn's sense of humor, I gotta say.
So do I. All right, I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit so people can see.
Wonderful.
Okay. So we have a mercenary soldier of fortune for your business. That's fun.
Wow. Talk about your names. Lynn, can you say more about what that means?
Yes, I must. We must. Yeah, we're going to give you some love. That's what we're doing here in the Love Fest. We are giving love.
That's remarkable.
All right, so folks, if you need a mercenary soldier of fortune for your business, now this could be in a, what do you think, Rachel, like in a business context, but also like in an actual mercenary soldier of fortune, like in the Sahel or somewhere out there who might need like a real soldier of fortune. I think Lynn can do that too.
Please. Lynn, I'm in Chicago, so hello.
Come on now. I think y'all need to make that happen at some point. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so now we're giving you love, Lynn. We're giving you love. I think you dare so. Mm-hmm. No one's playing small today. Not in this hour. It's not happening. No. And we have the great Natalie Horan with us.
Natalie.
Now, this is a person who is just spreading the love by her existence around here. This is a perma smile on a beautiful smole. What the hell is a beautiful smole? What is that? What is? I don't even know what that is.
Natalie, she's paving the way.
Yeah. Beautiful soul. Like the M, just like I'm getting in here whether you like it or not. It's like it worked its way in, and it's just like muscled. It's like cutting in line, like waiting for the bus to go to Atlantic City. It's like I'm getting in. It's okay. It's kind of doing all that. So, Natalie, we're gonna give you some love too. All right, you down for that? Let's go see. Oh, this is so big. I gotta reduce this now. This is a sensory overload here. Okay, here we go. Okay. For those of you who don't know Natalie, and I can't imagine there's a whole lot of you left who don't know Natalie, she probably has the coolest job in the entire LinkedIn verse. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke, legitimately. So people who are, I've never actually met Natalie in person, but we run in the same event circles and have for years. So I'm going to highlight this right here. Mice matchmaker. It's not what you think it means. That would be awesome if it were. But what mice ultimately means in this world is meetings and incentives. So basically you have your high performing teams and the company says, congratulations on performing well. We're now going to send you to the most exciting place on earth. Congratulations. You just earned a 5-star trip to Wichita. And also to some other places like Aruba and river cruises in Europe and all the other stuff. So what Natalie's doing, her wonderful family business is connecting the people who put together these beautiful trips and these beautiful experiences with the people who are planning the trips for the high performers. So if any of you are high performers or planners and want to get a part of this, Natalie is somebody you need to know. Wonderful. I am not a high performer, so I'm not going on any of these trips.
Maybe one day. Aruba? Anyone?
Meetings, incentives, conferences, events. That's really what it is. It's honestly, it's really fun. It's really cool. It's such an interesting thing because it's a great way. And the best part, okay, that's what Natalie like does for a living. But let me tell you about like Natalie, the person. This is an awesome human. Point blank, straight up, this is an absolutely awesome human. This is a luminous soul. This is somebody who, like, when you communicate with this individual, like, you can feel their essence, and it's a good essence, a pure essence, a loving essence. And like your day is just better when you're like Natalie proximate. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
So all of you who just want a better day because you're proximate to somebody who will just lift you up by their being, just by their being, connect with Natalie. That's what you got to do. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what to do. Do it.
Let me go see. Am I connected to Natalie? Natalie.
I don't know. But we can remedy that right now, right?
Let's connect. I'm following Natalie. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So Natalie, you're about to get a connection invite. Don't reject it. So that's not in the spirit of the Lovefest. I'm just saying. Yeah.
We are celebrating you, Natalie.
We're celebrating you.
Absolutely.
We're celebrating everybody. This is what this is. We're just celebrating all of you. We're just celebrating your being. I said we obviously want to highlight, because it's LinkedIn. We got to highlight what you do, but it's like we want to highlight who you are. And yeah, we know like Lynn is like a mercenary, and she slays militias and stuff, but she's also a great human, and we want to highlight that.
Yes, give credit.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah. I mean, Rachel, are you above buying loyalty? I'm not.
Nah, if it works, it works, right? Yeah. If it works, you work it. So, Lynn, I value your humor so much.
Yeah, Lynn has a phenomenal sense of humor. So if you're not connected yet with Lynn, you got to get connected with Lynn. She's going to make you laugh. She's saucy and sarcastic as hell, which is, okay, so Rachel and I are from the Northeast. So when we see that in a Midwesterner, it's such a treat for us.
Yes, truly.
It really is. Hell yeah, it's a love fest.
Hell yeah, Natalie.
Okay, right, so I want to do a reading for the people who are with us live. I want to pull a card for them. And once again, Rachel, I will have you help me.
Absolutely. No whammies this time. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
No whammies, no whammies. What card are we pulling for Natalie? What card are we pulling?
Stop.
Okay. Ooh. Now, before I show this one, I will say these cards are not meant to be taken literally. They are simple metaphors. So here we have the creepy old guy at the club card. And I'm going to minimize the profile here so we can show that for everyone. Once again, we have the creepy old guy at the club. He's just doing his thing. He's rocking. Don't worry, Lynn, we're getting to you, I promise. All right, so Natalie, here's what this card means, all right? The creepy old guy at the club is actually a card about empathy, believe it or not. So a lot of people see this dude hanging at the club, and we know exactly what he looks like and how he's rolling and the energy that he's bringing, and he's hanging around the back railing, and he's circling usually groups that are dancing with their bags in the middle like Jaws, and you almost want to go dun, 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 dun.
Maybe he's got a couple moves he's trying to do, he's just
a couple moves that he learned like a Long Island wedding, like back in the 90s, and he's kind of rocking it out. Exactly. But the interesting thing about this is almost like an inversion card, right? So what you have with the creepy old guy at the club is a lot of judgment. This is you could see this from the judgment suit. A lot of people say this is a character not worthy of empathy. This is a character worthy of scorn and judgment. And look at how creepy he is, and he shouldn't be here. And he's just lonely. He's just lonely, and he wants love, and he's got a weird way of showing it, and sometimes a very intrusive and uncomfortable and borderline illegal way of showing it. But it's about showing love for this character too. So not only what this card is an invitation to is, are there areas of your life that you are judging? Are there parts of yourself that you're judging and not giving empathy to, that need empathy, that you're like, ugh, I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be thinking that. I shouldn't be acting that way. You're like, yeah, you should. Why not? You just want love like everybody else. So it's your own creepy old guy at the club calling. That's all it's doing.
Parts inside of us that we're
That's
just
it. That's right. Empathy, not pity.
Yes, exactly, Lynn. Absolutely.
Rachel, you're going to help us pull a card for Lynn. I think we're gonna hook up Lynn with this. We're gonna give Lynn a reading and see what Lynn's fortunes will have in store.
I would love a history lesson on this tarot deck also after this. I would,
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's a
how
great
this came to
story.
be.
Weird story.
It's fantastic. All right, no whammies. Stop.
Okay. Lynn, we have the Revolutionary / Phi Kappa Treasurer card. Okay.
Treasurer.
All right. So what this card is, you can tell here we have this is the campus activist. So we got the fist in the air, we got the mask. This is a revolutionary who wants to change the whole world while also trying to keep the book straight for the house. So ultimately what this card is talking about a need to change things around you forcibly, like this need inside of you to say, if everything else externally changes, then I will be okay. I will be happy. I will be safe. This is what the revolutionary on campus believes, that if the world changes the way I want the world to change, then I will feel whole. I will feel loved. I will feel safe. I'll feel fine. This card is saying, the hell you will. The Phi Kappa treasurer needs to wake up just in an absolute puddle of cheap beer and God knows what else in that house and say, I am perfectly fine and whole and loved, no matter if the cause that I'm going to be marching for in an hour comes to fruition or not. Because I am worthy of love and I'm worthy of wholeness and I'm worthy of all the things and daddy's tuition and everything else. They can rain. I'm worthy of it. Lynn, this card is saying you are perfect and you are whole and you are worthy and you are loved. Nothing outside of you needs to change. Nothing.
And that's sincere. Yes.
Yeah. Got another great Chicagoan in the house today. What's up, Jesse?
Jesse. We love Jesse.
We're going to give Jesse some love right now. So first, her comment, judging myself as an Olympic event, I'd be Michael Phelps. Great. Yeah, great.
Jesse.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you talk a little bit about Jesse while I pull up the profile?
Jesse's wonderful. I've met Jesse within the last year. She lives here in Illinois, and her sense of humor makes me laugh so hard. She is just one of those friends you can go to when you really need to pick me up, who is guaranteed to leave you in stitches after the conversation. I love. I can't say enough good things. Jessie is a treatment advocate, in recovery herself, and really has a sincere passion for helping folks in recovery as well, and just does so much advocacy work, is speaking, is writing, also is an incredible writer. She won't say that, but I'm going to say it for her. Love, Jessie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here, indeed. Thank you for joining us. I've never even met Jessie, but I've known Jessie through LinkedIn for a little while, and I mean this when I say it, it's a treat whenever I see anything that Jessie posts, because, okay, how about this? So I'm going to get a little woo-woo here. For some of you, appreciate that. And some of you who don't, this is a good time for a bathroom break. So we have this, this like 3D world of everything that you interact with and see and feel and touch and hear, and like your human senses and your human body and your human experience and all that kind of stuff. And then there's like 5D world of, the great beyond, this higher level of consciousness, this, all the esoteric stuff, all there. And I find most people generally live in one or the other. What Jessie does is takes you on a journey through them all. Jessie meets you where you are in that 3D struggle of pain and trauma and addiction and all the things that weigh you down. And then she comes in and sprinkles that 5D pixie dust on it. It's like, I'm going to bring love and reconciliation and healing to help you get up to 4D, to help you get closer to that higher level of consciousness where like real talk, you start to own your shit. You don't make excuses anymore. You own your story and you move through it with grace and with strength and passion. And Jessie is the one who helps you get there. So if you ever think like sometimes like the 5D folks who are like, leading the retreats in Bali and all that, like they're a little too far out there and maybe like, I don't know, that's not for me, but other people are in 3D and they're like enabling you and yeah, let's have another drink. Let's have another whatever. But you're like, you know what? I still want to be a human and live my human life, but I want to evolve. Enter Jesse, stage left.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
All right, let's read this out there. So Jesse's saying with 3 heart emojis, my intense inability to accept compliments has been activated and I am internally in the fetal position. Rachel, what do you say to that?
Do your best to accept, breathe through all of that, Jesse, because you are so deserving and the work that you do just shines. I can't even imagine the ripple effect that you have and how many lives you have touched by being the person that you are. So truly, you help people become the main character of their life and come out of this idea that life is happening to them. You know, you really show them how it's happening for them and the ways that they can grow and learn from their experiences and change. And it doesn't matter what they've done in the past. It doesn't mean that they can't have happiness and connection and appreciation and acceptance. You really help them understand that they don't have to judge themselves and scorn themselves for the rest of their lives. They're so deserving of compassion. So truly, thank you for the work that you do. You inspire me, you know, so we're just going to keep showering you.
We will. So Jesse says, you guys, I have the grace of a drunk giraffe, but thank you. First of all, I think I can speak for both of us. And Rachel, if I'm wrong, you put me in my place. I think we're both big fans of drunk giraffes.
I think they're cute. It's one of like
adorable.
You know?
Nothing. Those are great. And grace means many things to many people. So, you know, a lot of people think grace and almost like the like a Southern gentility kind of. That's not what I'm looking at when I think grace. I mean, like, to me, grace is presence. It's like, you know what? I'm standing in my presence, human and all, flaws and all of it. And I'm still here. And I'm still like, I'm in my presence and I'm in my body and I'm in my aura and I'm in my space and I'm holding that despite the tornadic madness around me.
Yep.
I'm holding that. That's moving with grace. Jesse, you got that grace. That's the grace.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you might feel like you're like this, but you're not perceived that way.
Yeah. Like, sounds like someone just flew Southwest recently.
Exactly.
Yeah. There was, a friend of mine who's a pilot was telling me all about it. They're like, yeah, there's, they'll take some chances other pilots won't in that airline, apparently. So some of you thrill seekers out there, Southwest is the way to go. And I think Jesse needs a card. What do you say?
I think Jesse absolutely needs a card. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's make this happen.
Whenever you are ready.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we are. Now we're going to just minimize the profile so everybody can see it. The card we pulled for Jesse is the yoga teacher who lands you in traction. This is one of my personal favorites because it reminds me to keep an ice pack handy at all times. And so what happens with the yoga teacher lands you in traction? This is the card of understanding your physical limits and honoring your body. You can push through them, but incrementally and intelligently. And it's like, so for Jesse, for you, this could be talking about like a physical actual limit, like you're pushing yourself too hard working out, or it could be you're tired as hell and your body's screaming at you to rest. And you're like, hell, I'm going to rest. Let's keep rolling. And your body's like, no, we're resting now. So this is just the card to tell you to honor your body, honor your physiology, wherever it's taking you. It's your friend. Keep it your friend.
That seems very appropriate too, because low-key Jesse is a bodybuilder. So
yeah, there it is.
Absolutely. Wow, these cards are just on point today, Jeff.
They always weirdly are. And we have the great Roberta Harvey in the house.
Yay,
Roberta, welcome, my friend. We're going to give you some love right now, too.
Yes. Roberta Harvey, I'm going to go ahead and stalk you on.
So this is one of my absolute favorite profiles on all of LinkedIn. About to share it with y'all in a second here. A soul.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
That's it. But that's everything. Literally, what more do you need?
Literally. Yes. And such a beautiful life motto. Like, this is how I try to walk down the street is see the soul, not the human, see the soul in front of me. And all the differentiating factors. This is a pure soul right there. So, Roberta, hello. I love this.
Ancient origins. I love that you own that. We all got them. Some lean in, some don't. You do.
Oh, I love this. I think
Here
Roberta
for it.
needs a card.
So all you who want to connect with Roberta, I would highly recommend doing so, because Roberta, once again, like in Roberta's content and the way Roberta will support others too, there is an essence of that soul shining through. Like every single day on LinkedIn is the LinkedIn Love Fest when you are connected with Roberta Harvey. So highly recommend doing that.
And I just connected. So love that. Let's go,
I think we need a card for Roberta too. What do you say?
100%.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Stop. Let's do it now. Yep.
Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. And once again, these are not meant to be taken literally. I'm going to minimize this. So we have the baby daddy card. Roberta, I don't know your personal situation, and we're not here to litigate that, but the baby daddy card is really an invitation to take a look at who is in your circle. Who are you allowing to get close to you? And so it could be ultimately, it's interesting because this can cut like two ways. It's like one of these like extreme, because it's a mirror card. And the way the mirror card works is that it can cut like one intense way or the other intense way. So, and this is going to be depending on your own life. So one way the baby daddy card cuts is, are you attracting the wrong kind of people into your life? And if so, now is a good time to audit that. Because if you don't audit that early, like you end up with the baby daddy situation and this character over here, it may not be great. Like, just real talk, like it may not be the greatest thing. That being said, if you are attracting the right kind of people into your life, what this is saying, because it's the inverse of the mirror card, is saying continue to nurture those relationships that you're doing great. So, and it could be both. And it usually is with most of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a mixed gumbo of the two.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there we are with the baby daddy card.
How that? Can you say more about how this tarot deck came to be?
Okay, so a few months back, I am on a road trip through the South, and it was the first road trip of my life where I said, I'm not actually going to plan anything. I am going to just surrender and just see where it takes me. So the first place it took me was in South Carolina, and I ended up meeting my twin flame at a rooftop meetup happy hour. Go figure. It was the wildest thing. I mean, her and I basically wrote the same book about the same thing at the same time with almost the same title. We're talking about things like, she asked me about a time when I felt the most alive. And I'm telling her the story that I'm driving through the California desert and these 80s hair metal song comes on. And as I'm about to say the song, "We Built This City" by Starship, what happens? We walk by a restaurant, and what is the song that comes on? I mean, it is just so. This was a moment of, right? It was crazy. And at this point, I'm like, well, this is interesting. And I asked the universe, I said, all right, dazzle me next. What do you got? So I end up in Florida the next day, and I find myself at this tarot reading event. And I have no idea why I'm there, but I just said, what the hell? Let's give it a go. So there's a woman who's leading the thing, and she's going through her like classic tarot deck, and she's explaining all the different cards about, the empresses and the pentacles and all the thing. And I'm, again, ADHD brain, the one that's responsible for 36 minutes late starting this thing, but we're not doing shame because we're not doing that. This mind decided, this is interesting, but I wonder what a tarot deck would look like with really relatable characters, or just irreverent characters, or just kind of regular ass things that we all encounter or deal with every day. So that night I go back to my hotel room and I just jump on Canva, and I learn how to create cards on Canva. And then I just start creating this deck out of nowhere. And then it all just starts kind of flowing through. I couldn't do it again if I tried. It was like one of those, pockets you're in. You can't recreate it. You just flow with it. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm in this flow state. And then next thing you know, I'm looking at this like, this is ridiculous. and it's going to be so fun. So I start creating a website for it too, and I just called it Joe Blow Tarot. And it's literally, you can do your own readings out there, folks. JoeBlowTarot.com. And you can just literally pop on there, and there's 70 cards. So you could just ask your AI companion to just give you three numbers, because they're all numbered sequentially, and just give you 3 random numbers. And then you just go to there, and each card is on the website with an explanation underneath of what the card actually means. So they're all invitations back to yourself.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what they are. Every one of them is just an invitation back to who you are, what you are, the journey that you're on. It's just it's an invitation to exploration.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How long did it take you to build this whole deck?
Maybe like a week or so, give or take.
Wow.
And then it took me 2 months to get them, because it was like a company in Australia who put the whole thing together, and then they ended up working with a wholesaler in China, and then so it was like the whole thing. But and then it was like, they bled out into the area, and you gotta change it because they wouldn't accept it. And this is the stuff that all y'all neurodivergents out there, how this is. You're in the flow, you're in the zone, you're so excited, and then like a tech thing will come and screw you up, and you want to go Office Space on everything at that moment.
Yeah. Legit. I had one of those things happen to me yesterday. I'm like, I'm gonna throw my computer out the window. Thank you very much.
It's the littlest things.
Yeah.
And it's and I know you see this with clients all the time, right? It's the tiny little bit of extra heat on the boiling pot.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's it. Friends, if you know somebody out there, or if you are that somebody out there who's neurodivergent, never interrupt the flow.
Literally. It won't come back.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
It won't. It's almost like a speeding maglev train in Japan. It's going like 400 miles an hour, and it's just cooking. It's rolling, but it's like putting like a little wrench under the tracks. It doesn't seem significant until you encounter a speeding train, and then it ain't good. So
good. Oh, no. It's not good. Yeah.
It's not. So waiting for other folks to come in the comments. I think it's time for another card. What do you say?
Yes. Love that. Let's do it.
Okay.
And I'm learning too that just witnessing the act of kindness from another human being actually induces oxytocin in the body as well, of the observer, and increases the chance that that person will go forth and perform an act of kindness for another person. So kindness begets kindness. Let's just keep that rolling today. I love this.
What the Lovefest is all about. Yes. See, we have somebody here. I can talk in all the great platitudes in the world, but my brilliant co-host here can tell you the actual neurochemistry of what's going on today.
Oh, yes. The oxytocin, the love hormone, that is what gets induced in the body. It is anti-inflammatory. It boosts brain function, boosts heart function. And this is something that affects our energy too. So when you are operating from a state of love, you are attracting that frequency into your reality. And love is the ultimate creative frequency, right? So you're limitless in that space. And this is where we all want to function from all the time. So we're coming out of balance to come back into that state. So it's just, that's why the importance of compassion is I can't say enough about it. And this is the biggest part of my work. So when you jumped on today, that was the first thing I said to you. I was like, just compassion all the way. It's all right.
Compassion. And I think this was actually meant to happen exactly the way it was, because, friends, it is so easy for us to be loving and compassionate when everything is going great.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But when things have the monkey wrench thrown in them and put on the track in Japan, and then the train derails, like, how can you still show that? Because to me, so it's like working out, right? You need the resistance to grow the muscle. Yep. And yeah, it's super easy to take a 2-pound weight and do 1,000 reps and nothing is going to happen. Yep. It's a very different animal when you're feeling that burn and you just want to quit. It's like those extra 2 reps you do when you got nothing left that will lead to the gains. And you know that, Jesse knows that. And that's what, like, this is what the moment of I had nothing to give. I'm coming in here in an energy of just utter shame and embarrassment. And it's like, well, how can I still show love despite that when all I want to do is hide and just have like an avatar on the screen in front of me or some random ass card like this. Look at the one I just drew, the bored therapist card.
Never bored talking about shame. That is my bread and butter all day long, my friend.
I don't even know who this is for. It was just the top of the deck, which was perfect because I am literally co-hosting this with a therapist. So this is amazing.
Well, you know what's so funny is I thought about creating a video series of things like we shouldn't say as therapists. And one of them would be like, oh my fucking God, I'm so bored by this. So.
All right, friends, tell me if I'm alone in this, but this needs to happen. And I might just start bugging you about this now, because I want to see this so badly. If you're all watching this in the comments, drop it in and start putting some pressure on my friend Rachel to start creating this content, because it would be so fun.
I would totally be down. If y'all, like, I think my fear was judgment, right? It was like, oh gosh, could I be perceived as sitting there in session actually thinking these things? Because that's not how I operate as a human being. But for humor's sake, come on. Like,
I mean, the bored therapist card that's exactly it. But the interesting thing about this card is it's about stories, and it's about, are you telling yourself the same story over and over and over and over again? Because if you keep telling that story over and over again, even your therapist will get bored by that story after a while. Case in point. And when even your therapist is bored by your story, it might be time for a new narrative.
I love that. And I actually use that perspective on myself in a playful way to kind of poke at myself with humor, because when you become so aware of your patterns, eventually, for me anyway, I get to this point where I'm like, oh my freaking God, I'm so bored by this. New script. Like, can we create something new here to follow through on? Because this shit is just, so we can all incorporate that a little bit, hopefully.
I think we can.
And I'll tell you something. I had a supervisor years and years and years back who actually did disclose feeling incredibly bored during a session. She had to, I think she had like a rubber band, or she was like pinching herself to stay awake during the session. So these things do happen.
Damn, that's awesome.
But, progress is made, all the things. So
it's not like one of those people who puts like a thumbtack in their shoe just so they can continually get like shocked by the pain, just constantly be at attention. Like, wow, your mother. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, your mother really is. She really did a number on you. Clearly, yeah.
Empathy.
Every week. Definitely classic cluster B. Okay. Yeah. I'd say mostly narcissists with a little sprinkle of BPD, just a little seasoning of BPD on it, but a little something. Yeah. A little terrible fear of abandonment. Yeah.
With the grandiosity to go along.
Grandiosity and the side of splitting. Maybe that comes as like the appetizer. Yeah. Love you, BPD folks. I do. I love you. I do.
You've been interesting.
I do. I know you love me too. You'll hate me in a minute, but you'll love me again in 2 minutes. So we're good.
Exactly.
We're good. Yeah. We're
cycle through. Cycle.
We're good. Yeah. I don't know where you are in like the love-hate cycle right now, but catching the love side. Okay, this is good. So for all the folks out there in that cluster B space right now, when you're in a very loving and very expansive mode, when you're splitting, but you love everything and everybody, and like you've made one person your entire universe, and if that person happens to be me, come on LinkedIn Lovefest when you're in that space. Yes. And we'll take that out for a spin. Now, once we go off the air, you can hate me again and think I'm the worst person ever. And like, that's fine. That's cool. I have no problem with that. We're good. And then like, once you cycle back around, they're like, yeah, we could do this again. So
yeah. That conditional acceptance just to reinforce the not good enough.
Yes.
That's
unlike Rachel, I am an unlicensed therapist. Therefore, I can say that without getting sued or losing my license or having any state boards get up on me about it.
Oh, I know.
My co-host cannot say that. So it goes.
Mum's the word on my end.
Mum's the word. Yeah. I think we need another card right now. I'm feeling another card. How are you feeling about this?
Let's do one more
I think we're rolling
card.
with it. Yeah.
I will have to jump off in about 5 or 6
Oh, I
minutes.
know. We're at that point. So one more
Yes,
card to close this out. If anybody else is still in the comments, you want a card for you, give you some love, jump on in. We got 4 more minutes here, or 3 more minutes until we got to go.
And do let us know if you want us to host another event like this, because we are so open to continuing the series, expanding it further. Any ideas you have, folks, we're open.
Mm-hmm. It will be done on time. That is a promise. I will set 8 alarms.
I'll be messaging you hours before.
So ND Brain over here gets the memo. I was like, all right, we're doing this. Okay. And there it is. Partly cloudy with an 80% chance of being dead wrong. Okay, so this is perfect, because this is the card about just doing your thing and not worrying about how it looks, not worrying about how it's perceived, just stepping into it and just letting it fly, which is the idea of LinkedIn Lovefest, the idea of everything you're doing out there, friends. If there's something you want to do, do it. And if you're wrong, if you fail, then you fail. What are you going to do?
Yes, you're learning. Growth opportunity.
That's right. That's exactly it.
I always joke, I'm like, I wish I could be as wrong as weathermen are and still have my job like they do. So what's going on here?
What a gig. Truly, what a gig. I mean, yeah. Last night we were supposed to have massive storms. Nothing. 3 nights ago, we were supposed to have nothing. Massive storms.
See, exactly my point.
And today we're supposed to get massive storms, and I think we're going to get massive storms. So I think they may be right on point with that one. So
that 20% rightness.
We'll see where that goes. I'm so grateful for you, my friend.
I'm so grateful for you. You are such a blast. It's such a joy to spend time with, truly. And all of you who popped on today, so grateful for all of you. And all of you who are hanging out on Team Replay. Love you all too. If y'all want a card drawn for you in Team Replay, just drop a line there and we got one for you. Or just send me a DM. We'll take care of it too. And if you want to legitimately get to the other side of whatever's energetically weighing you down, this is who you need to know. I'm available. Who you need to be talking to. I'm just saying. That's nothing what's up. All right, friends. Yes. We love you. We love you. Until next time.